Welcome to the Accountancy Learning video debriefs. I'm Sarah, and in this video I'll take you through the Principles of Costing AAT Sample Paper 1 Task 5. So Task 5 is about calculating costs of products using tools and techniques to improve presentation of information. Below is the manufacturing account for Basque Limited. Purchases of raw materials for the year are $17,500. You are required to complete the table below. Now let's have a look at what we're given. So we're given kind of like an extract of an Excel spreadsheet, and we're given a number of things that we need to do, and we need to make sure that we cover off each point so that we pick up all the marks. So let's look at them one by one. So select the correct options for cells in column A. So we're looking at column A here, and we've got to put in something for row 5, row 9, 12 and 15. Now you've got a little drop down box here to choose from, but as we're doing a manufacturing account we should be able to work these out ourselves. We know the order that these go in. So rows 2 to 4 then, so we've given the opening inventory of raw materials, purchases of raw materials, closing inventory of raw materials. So line 5 then is what materials have we actually used. So you're going to be choosing direct materials used. So this will be the amount that you've used in production. So row 6 we're given direct labour, we're given direct cost in row 7, and then manufacturing overheads. So row 9 is going to be our manufacturing cost. So in row 9 we will work out what the manufacturing cost in total is. Now row 10 and 11 we're given the opening inventory and closing inventory of the work in progress, so what has actually been made. So this means it's going to be the cost of goods manufactured. And then row 13 and 14 is the opening inventory and closing inventory of the finished goods. So our final one will be cost of goods sold. So you need to make sure that you can remember the order that the manufacturing account goes in. So we've now selected our options for cells in column A. Second one is to insert the purchases of raw materials amount into cell B3. Now obviously in your exam you're going to be typing into the boxes, I'm just writing into the boxes, and we are given this figure in the question, 17,500. So you can type in 17,500 and we've done part 2. But part 3 then says format cell B3, which is the one that we've just done, as accounting to nil decimal places. So in the exam you're going to use this section here to choose accounting, and then you're going to change the decimal places to nil decimal places using these buttons here. So then what will happen is you'll have the right format and no decimal places. So we can then say we've done part 3. Part 4, calculate all other missing figures in column B. So we're then going to be working in column B. Show your answers to the nearest whole pound, and do not use spreadsheet formulas when entering your answers. So we cannot be using any formulas in here. We need to calculate them ourselves and then put the actual values in. So let's work through them then. So direct materials used. So you're going to have your opening inventory of materials. You're going to add on your purchases and take off your closing inventory. And that gives you 16,500. Next, we've got to work out the manufacturing cost. So we're all ready. So we've got our materials here. And we've got our direct labour here. And those two added together equals the direct cost in row 7. So our manufacturing cost is then going to be our direct cost plus our manufacturing overheads, which is 49,500. For the goods, cost of goods manufactured, we start with our 49,500. We add on our work in progress opening inventory, and we take off the work in progress closing inventory to give us 50,000. And then our cost of goods sold, which is our final one, we are then going to add on to our cost of goods manufactured. We're going to add on our opening inventory of finished goods, and we'll take off our closing inventory of finished goods to give us a total cost of goods sold of £55,000. Now be careful here, we don't just finish the question. We can now tick part 4 off, and we've still got one element here to do. So we need to underline and bold the contents in cell 1A. So we're looking to do something with this cell here. So in the exam you will click on cell A1, and then you will click your bold button and your underline button, and then you will have completed part 5. So remember to take this task step by step and make sure that you can say you've answered each individual part to pick up as many marks as possible. And that's the end of task 5.